music. Okay, I'm going to be shooting all my content from this live. So I'm the VA interviewer. I've been interviewing VAs for 8 years. I've been a VA, or I've been working from home for 10 years. My husband also works from home. So my husband is part freelancer, part VA. My daughter is a fully fledged freelancer, except that she has only 2 clients. One of her clients she's had for 2 years, and the other one is like article writing, whatever. Okay, so I'm shooting all my content for the next week and a half from this live because it's just easier for me. Okay, so if you want to come in and like watch, but I'll be like chopping it down and releasing it anyway. Okay, so today let's talk about when you apply. Okay, applying. So you're going to send in your resume, right? As an interviewer, if somebody sends in a cover letter, I don't really read it. I don't read your cover letter. Unless you are applying for a job that requires you to have really good written skills, or you're applying for a job as a copywriter, content writer, novel writer, any kind of writing, then I don't usually read your cover letter. Because the reason why, a lot of it, like most cover letters, they're templates. Nagsesend ng templated cover letter. Hindi mo na binabasa. Minsan babasahin, I was like, what position are you applying for? Do you know what you're applying for with us? So, my advice is, if hindi ka nag-a-apply as a writer, forego the cover letter. Forget it. Okay? Doon naman tayo sa resume. That's how you're going to impress a client or the interviewer. Because for sure, the interviewer has read through. Hindi napapansin pag templated. Because most of them are templated. Why the hell would I want to read that? Okay? I know that you took it off Google. And you took it from the first page of Google. So malamang, pag ginugol ko yun, makikita ko rin yun. There's no point. Okay? Okay. So doon naman tayo sa resume. Okay. If you do these things, your resume will stand out. That's what you want to do with an interviewer. You want to stand out. You don't want to be like everybody else. Okay? Kung gusto mo mapansin, these are the things that you should do. Do not include a picture on your resume. Huwag kayo maglagay ng picture. Okay? It's so 80s. It's so 1980s. Lalo na kung yung picture nyo is selfie. I have seen so many resumes na ginanon lang yung phone. Like, di ba, Mika? I don't want to see your selfie. Diba? Wag na lang kayo mag-send ng picture. Just send your resume. You want to be judged according to your experience and your skills, not your looks. Okay? Mag-send kayo ng picture kung ina-applyan nyo is model. Okay? If you're applying as a model, send in a portfolio with all your pictures. Aalisin ko na photo ko, Miss Jen sa resume. Uy, okay lang yung maganda ka. Joke. But yeah, in general, don't put your picture. Okay. And then yung format ng resume. So, usong-uso yung mga template na resume. Okay. Alam ko marami niyan. Like, marami sa Canva, marami sa Google. Okay. But, ang danger is if you're using a Canva template or some sort of template for your resume, there's a tendency for you to go overboard. Okay? Meaning, maglalagay ka ng all these crazy colors. You start to experiment with these crazy colors. I don't want to see a resume with purple and yellow. That doesn't make any sense to me. Okay? Wag ka maging creative sa resume mo. Like, do you want to be seen as crazy? If you don't use the crazy template. Okay? Just something really clean. Like, keep it to the basic colors like blue, white, and maybe red. Mga ganon. You follow the design sort of, basics. Don't use like 5 colors. Don't use like 5 fonts. Okay na yung 2 font. Yung pinakamalaking font, syempre, is pangalan mo. Right? At the top. Just keep it really clean. Clean, business-like, and orderly. Okay? Next, if you want to stand out, okay, yung job description nyo tsaka yung experience should be very clear. Okay? Clear siya, naka-bullet, naka-number, para madali siyang basahin. Honestly, like there are some interviewers where they look at 50 resumes a day, or they could be interviewing like 50 people a day. So, dapat, pag tinignan yung resume mo, nababasa agad in like 5 seconds. That's all the time they're gonna give you. Before they decide, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no. Ganon. So that, madaling basahin, detailed job descriptions and experience. Buti mo, tinanggap niyo application ko, Miss Jen, kahit may feature po ako. Uy, maganda experience mo, bakla. Okay, next. I love titles. So, if you have a title, let's say, Masters. Kumuha ka ng Masters mo, ilagay mo doon. If you took up your PhD, put it there. Diba? If you are a registered nurse, ilagay mo yung, ibalandra mo yon next to your name. Okay? Interviewers, I don't know about other interviewers, but I'm very impressed with a title. Because it means na nag-Google ka, nag-effort ka into doing something very serious with your life. Okay? You are maybe the kind of person that we need in the company. Kung kaya mong mag-invest ng 2 solid years to get your master's or 3 solid years, then maybe you're the kind of person that we need in the company. So if you have a title, lagay mo yon, okay? Except if beauty queen. Di mo kailangan lagay na, halimbawa, Mika Bass, Miss Kainta, 2017. I don't want to see that. Okay? Di mo kailangan lagay yon. Okay. Yung mga designers tsaka yung mga dev. Okay? Designers and devs, please put a link to your portfolio. Gusto ko makita kung sino ka. Makikita ko yung style mo dun sa trabaho mo. That tells me more about you than your resume. Pag tinignan ko yung sa this, and I love looking at designers' work, honestly. Love it. Okay? Pag tinignan ko yung designs, mga logo mo, yung mga mock-up, then I get the impression, oh, ang ganda ng mata sa kulay. Right? Or, my God, bold yung yung mag-conceptualize yung designer na to. Please include a portfolio link on your resume. Huwag mo hintayin na habulin ni interviewer na, uy, wala kang portfolio link sa resume mo. Put it in there, okay? Put in a portfolio link, okay? Something that most people never do, especially if you're applying for a job that might have calls, halimbawa, EA, mga ganyan. Put in a voice recording. Introduce yourself. Okay, if you're very confident about your communication skills, alam mo strength mo yan, gumawa ka ng voice recording, even on your phone. Okay, on your phone, upload it somewhere like G Drive, whatever, na madali, accessible siya. Mag-include ka ng, voice recording. Siguro sa mga dinami-dami ng in-interview ko over the years, siguro mga nag-include ng voice recording is maybe 2% or less. If you include a voice recording, I'm very interested to see what you sound like, what you say, right? Mag-include kayo na voice recording. Or better yet, video recording. Na introducing yourself, right? Yung general lang, like if you upload it on YouTube or pwede naman unlisted para hindi naman kita ng buong madla, di ba? Put in a video recording. Introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Jennifer and I'm applying for a position at your company. I've researched your company. I think you're very impressive. I think that I'd be the right fit for you guys. Most people call me Jen, by the way, and I'm available for an interview at any time. Diba? Very personable ang video. So, and same thing, like people never think about including a video recording. Pero pag nag-video recording kayo dapat yung maayos talaga. Hindi yung ganito kaingay. Muulan kasi kanina, tapos may dalawang aso. Like, do like a 2-minute or 1-minute video recording. Mga ganun lang kaikli. Okay? Pero tahimik yung background, like, girls, mag-makeup kayo konti, right? Guys, put on a shirt with a collar. Hindi naman kailangan yung long sleeve. Basta yung maayos. Okay? Huwag yung ganito. Huwag yung pambahay. Okay? Yan. So, it doesn't have to be that long. Like 1-minute, 2-minute video recording is good. Okay. Tapos sa resume ninyo, hindi ko alam kung bakit nagiging style na dun sa work experience, yung nilalagay ng karamihan, hindi naman karamihan, let's say 40% ng mga in-interview ko ngayon, yung latest na work experience ninyo, dapat yun ang at the top. Okay, yun yung pinakauna. Huwag nyo pahanapin si interviewer kasi nagsimula kayo sa 2015. Huwag kayo mag-start sa 2015, tapos 2017, hahanapin pa ng interviewer. Ano ba yung last job nito? Yung last job mo or yung current job mo, yan ang dapat una. Okay? May coach kasing nagturo na, it's wrong. It's stupid. Okay, honestly, I don't know if they're an interviewer, and I'm not calling them stupid, but like, isipin yung time ng interviewer. Kung ikaw yung 55th na i-interviewin ka niya, or yung, halimbawa, yung resume mo is the 22nd resume that they're looking at, they're not gonna spend time like, look, where's the last job? Next. Ganun ako sa mga nagsasubmit ng resume na nasa C drive. You know what is the C drive? Yun yung drive sa laptop nyo na kayo lang nakaka-access. Okay? Ang dami nagsasend sa akin yung mga C drive na resume. I can't access your laptop. So what do? If I click on the link, if I see it's a C drive link, I'll skip you and next. That's what I do. I don't have that much time in my day. So, kung magsasend kayo yung sa cloud, okay, yung cloud na resume, huwag kayo magsasend ng nasa C drive. Question po about sa picture sa resume. Yeah, don't put it on. Don't. Unless you're applying as a model. Okay. If you're applying as a model, send in your portfolio. But if you're not applying as a model, just don't put it in. Gusto niyo ba ma-judge kayo sa itsura nyo? Right? Kahit gaano kayo kaganda. Why po? Because you want to be judged by your skills and your experience. Okay? Yung i-judge ka na hindi na influence yung interviewer sa picture. Kahit gaano ka gwapo kapag gaano ka ganda. Okay? And please, wag kayo mag-send ng selfie. No more selfies. Okay? Don't put in selfies on your resume. It's unprofessional and it's irritating. Okay? Like, get a tripod. Or ask a friend to, I don't know, take your picture. But, sa resume, wag na lang. Cover letter as well. Unless you're applying as a writer, don't send a cover letter. Forget it. Okay. What not to do. What not to do when you're sending your resume. So we already talked about those. But sure, friends. When's your interview? Do you have an interview this week or next week? Ano ba yan? Nag-a-apply ka as VA sa client, freelancer. Ano ba yung na-applyan mo? Anyway, while you're typing that in. Okay. So we already talked about no selfies, no pictures, no cover letter unless you're applying as a writer. I don't have po. Wala pa. Okay. Okay. Wag nyo ilalagay yung nickname ninyo sa resume. Halimbawa, Jennifer, Jenny, Cruz, ganon. Pero magsasend po kasi ako ng resumes as a VA and IT. Oh wait, you're IT graduate? Are you IT graduate? What's your specialty? Kung may specialty ka sa WordPress, send mo sa akin. Send mo sa akin. Yes, but have you tried WordPress? Do you know any programming language? In interview na, di ba? Do you know any? Do you know SQL, CSS, HTML? Kahit yung CSS, HTML. If you have experience with that, like even in school, like send mo sa akin. Send mo sa akin resume mo. Huwag mo lagyan ng picture. Makikita naman kita sa Zoom call. Okay. So, sa resume, wag nyo ilalagay ang nickname. Okay? Kahit gano'ng ka-cute yung nickname nyo, it's not professional. And, mga foreigner, yung mga client na foreigner, hindi nila nagigets. Tsaka yung mga nickname natin sa Pilipinas, halimbawa, si Lot-Lot, mga ganyan. Lot-Lot, Mak-Mak, they don't get it. Okay, for us, it's like, oh, it's kind of cute. They don't get it. Okay, so do not include your, hey, ma'am. Ay, naglag. Yes po, may experience sa school, pero sa working po, wala pa. Pero, wait WordPress marunong ka, tsaka programming languages. Let me know. I can get you hired. For sure. Pero to-train ka muna sa automation. DM mo ko. Ay, pina-follow na ba kita? Follow. Ayan, follow back mo ko. CRMs po. Anong CRMs? Which ones? Ano yung mga Salesforce, ganun. Hello, Miss Mappy. Sino po ba nandiyan? Ano mga CRMs? Hey, Social Snap. What's up? What's up? Ma'am Eloisa, what's up? Sa DM mo. I know someone who knows how to build website using WordPress, GoDaddy, and ClickFunnels. Opo, like Zoho. Okay, Zoho is kind of basic, but yeah. Hey, Social Snap, what's up? Go, friends. Okay, so continue tayo sa mga yung mga hindi nyo dapat gawin. Okay. Yung mga nickname ninyo, wag nyo ilagay sa resume. Okay? Lalo na kung yung nickname is medyo kind of embarrassing. Kasi nag-iiba yung meaning ng pangalan natin. Like, for example, Sancha. Okay? Sa atin, wala lang, pangalan lang yon. Nickname niya yon si Sancha. Okay? Pero, kapag humarap ka sa interviewer, foreigner, na Latino or Latina bilingual, iba yung meaning ng Sancha. Kaya yung mga nickname ninyo, mga palayaw, don't include them in your resume. Okay, thank you so much for coming in, guys, and watching. I'm just doing a live, and then I'm gonna do all my content from the live. Kasi tamad ako. Okay. Alright, next. Yung mga training tsaka yung mga certificate. My God. Dali wait lang. May nagko-construct ko sa kapitbahay. Yan, si secretary kasi dami pera. Lagi nagre-renovate ng bahay. Anyway, okay. Mga training, certification, mga ganyan. Only include your training and certification if it's relevant to the job you are applying for. Okay. Yung mga hindi relevant sa trabaho, wag nyo na i-include. Okay. Tsaka yung mga achievements, yung mga training, mga ganyan, wag nyo paabutin ng isang page. Okay? Half page, 1/4 page, pwede na yun. Okay? Hindi nyo kailangan ilagay na nanalo kayo na ano ba, Little Miss Philippines 1997. You don't need to put things like that, okay? Yung tumakbo kayo ng marathon, you don't need to put things like that unless ina-applyan nyo is gym. Okay? I-include nyo lang yung mga training certification relevant to the job and keep it to at the most half a page. Okay? Yung length ng resume ninyo should only be about 2 pages. Okay? Huwag kayo mag-send ng nobela. Okay? Don't send in 5 pages. 1 page? Yeah, love it. Love 1-page resumes. Okay? And yung font, wag na sobrang laki. Ako okay na ako sa maliliit na font. I'm not sure about other interviewers, but you know, if it saves my time and I can see who you are exactly. Hey April, what's up girl? Ayan. Pero wag kayo mag-send ng nobela. Yung mga 5 pages, I'll look at the first 2 pages and then that's it. Uy, Biba. Uy, isa rin yung interviewer si Biba. Uy, work from home ka na, pre? Gusto mo ba't di kita i-live? Kita ma-invite. Si Biba, yan? She's also she's in HR. Uy, Bibs, long time no see, ha? Sexy ka pa rin. Ayan. So, we're talking about, resumes, and you know about this, diba, Bibs? Yung mga resume, cover letter, mga ganyan. Okay, so far what we talked about is keep your resume short, at the most like 2 pages. 1 page, yeah, love it. Okay, don't put in a cover letter unless yung ina-applyan nyo is writer. Diba? Yung kailangan makita na magaling kayo sa written English. Otherwise, don't include your cover letter. Don't put your picture on a resume, please. I don't care if you look like Brad fucking Pitt. I don't care if you look like Brad Pitt. Okay? Basta huwag niyo ilagay yung picture. Para hindi kayo ma-judge na unfairly. Ano ba yung music na to? My God, it's ugly. Ugly. It's kind of changing. What the hell is that? Jazz. Hindi ka makakapag-upload ng music dito. No? Sa real estate po ba kaya? No po. No. So, I started off in real estate 10 years ago. So, yeah, I'm old. I'm an old person. So, yung first job ko as a VA was appointment setter ISA in real estate. So, I stayed in the real estate space for mga 5 years. And then, lumipat po ako ng client. So, I've had 2 clients in 10 years. And then, lumipat po ako ng client, nasa naman siya, digital marketing. So, until now, I'm in digital marketing. And But I've interviewed like real estate VAs. I know what, yung mga GVA ng real estate, I know what they should be doing. Yung mga ISA, alam ko yung mga nag-interview ako noon. And then, I also was a trainer. So, pwede mo mag-apply. Okay, so if you have experience and skills in digital marketing, I would say definitely yes. Mag-apply ka sa amin. Okay. If you do not have skills and experience in digital marketing, you should think about it first. Okay? Kasi yun ang gusto ng clients. Okay? So, in-expect ng clients na, and our clients are all agency level clients. So, mamaya ka na, Shopee. Dami. Okay. So, when I say digital marketing skill sets and experience, yung graphic designer, UI UX designer, website developers, uy friends, chat tayo. PM mo ko. Tingnan natin kung ano mangyari. Website designers, email marketing specialists, yung mga gumamit ng mga email marketing tools like Klaviyo, MailChimp, Woodpecker, mga ganyan. Yung mga SEO, yung mga SEM, like search ads like Google, yung mga marunong mag paid ads like Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok ads, YouTube ads, video editors we also hire. Right now, my boss is looking for a video editor specialized in TikTok videos. So if that is you, you have at least a year, let's say, experience as specifically a TikTok video editor. Like my boss is looking for you. Okay. So yan. We talked about people using templates for resumes. If you're going to use a template, if you really need to use a template, which I hate, by the way, don't use crazy templates. Don't try to get creative. Okay? Unless designer ka talaga. Okay? Don't put little flowers and make it pink and business-like resume. Black and white. Or dark blue, white, and maybe some red. In the font. Maybe. Pero yung mga crazy color templates in your resume, forget it. Okay. Any other questions? Any questions about what you should include in your resume or your cover letter or when you're applying? Wala pang interview, Wala pang interview. Nag-a-apply ka pa lang. So the point of the tips that I'm giving you is to make you stand out. Okay, to make the interviewer go, dang, yeah, I want to interview this person. Okay, you want to stand out. You don't want to be like everybody else. Okay, if you're sending in your application, you want to stand out. Like for me, you really want to stand out. Include a voice recording, kahit mga 30 seconds, okay, or a video recording of you. Okay, 1 minute, kahit 1 minute. Sa interview naman po. Okay. So, this is what you should know. Before the interview, yung interviewer ninyo, nireview na yung sinend nyo, yung emails nyo, lahat. So, they already have a judgment in their crucial po bang may references. If you're still employed, okay, so references are kind of iffy. Okay. If you're still employed, I would say yes. Okay? Kung may gap sa resume ninyo, halimbawa, 5 years hindi kayo nagtrabaho, yes, send in the references. Okay? Okay, dun tayo sa interview. So, before the interview, yung mag-i-interview sa inyo, nireview na lahat. So, yung lahat ng galaw nyo is being observed from the application stage. Like, for example, pag nag-send ako ng email, na reminder email, just a reminder, your interview is tomorrow. Please confirm if you will be attending. Why do I sound like a freaking recording? Yan. So, pag nag-send ako ng email, please confirm your attendance for tomorrow's interview. Confirm. Mag-confirm kayo. Confirm agad as soon as you see the email. Okay? So that's before the interview. Make sure that lahat ng galaw nyo before the interview, professional. Okay? Yung mga responses nyo lahat is professional. Okay? When you step into the interview, okay, make sure, halimbawa, Zoom, di ba? Minsan nagloloko yung Zoom. So, what you want to do is maybe test na gumagana sa yung Zoom. Like, ask somebody who has a Zoom to test their Zoom with you. Para alam mo, working yung audio, working yung headset, okay? Hindi ka mukhang, yung okay yung background mo sa interview. Okay? Yung, kung nasa bahay kayo, make sure that the background is clean. Okay? May na-interview ako dati. Yung background niya, somebody was sleeping on a bed. May lalaki na tutulog sa likod niya. Right? Can you imagine? I was like, I wanted to ask, I was like, who's that guy sleeping on your bed? Right? But yeah, I didn't want to be rude, so I didn't ask her. But kung yung background nyo, hindi naman kailangan blank wall. Okay? Okay lang naman na yung makita yung mga furniture nyo, mga ganyan. But make sure that it's clean. Magligpit kayo. Okay? Make sure that you're dressed for the interview. Sa mga industries like real estate, insurance, ang gusto nila medyo formal. Okay? Sa amin, hindi masyado. Okay? I interview people, I'm in a baseball shirt and a baseball cap. Okay? I mean, obviously I won't wear this. Like I'll be wearing makeup, but I'll interview you, but dapat mukha kang malinis. Hindi ka dapat mukhang nakapusod tapos nakapambahay. Huwag naman ganon. Okay? Just make sure that, for me, like a clean t-shirt is fine. And if you're wearing a hoodie and a cap, that's fine. Okay? Go to the Zoom link maybe 5 minutes before the time of your interview. Go there early. Okay, wag naman 30 minutes early. Diba? Go there like 5 minutes early. That's good enough. Okay? And then, if you're late to your interview, okay, so everyone is already there. Your interviewer is there. Okay? If you join and you're late, mag-apologize kayo. Say sorry. Within 5 minutes of stepping into Zoom. Okay? I have never encountered anyone yet na nag-apologize sa akin dahil na-late sila sa Zoom, sa interview. What they try to do is they try to sneak in. They sneak into Zoom and then they just sit there. Wala silang sasabihin. They don't say anything. That's rude. That's really, really rude. No, late ka na nga, hindi ka pa nagsalita. You didn't offer any explanation why you are late. And you owe that to your interviewer. Kasi may appointment kayo and you're late. Even if you're only 3 minutes late. Para sa akin, siguro mga 1-2 minutes, okay lang. Like, sometimes Zoom is a little bit delayed. I mean, it's fine. Pero yung mga 10 minutes late, 8 minutes, mag-apologize ka. Mag-apologize ka sa interviewer, mahiya ka naman. And because if you apologize, it tells the interviewer, you are accountable. Okay? Accountability. Importante yan. In any company, you being accountable for anything that you did na mali. What the hell is this music? Electronica. Oh, that's better. A little bit better. Button on that. Okay? Maging accountable kayo. Pag nagkamali kayo you are late. Okay? As in super late, like 15 minutes late, 10 minutes late. Apologize. In the Zoom call, be respectful of the other person's time. So I do interviews Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays. Okay? Those batch interview po yun. So if you are in an interview and it's a batch interview, be respectful of everyone else's time. Okay? I've had so many instances na, I mean, naintindihan ko there's like different personalities for everyone. May mas tahimik, may medyo maboka, right? But just because mas confident ka sa English mo or sa communication skills mo doesn't mean na dapat lamunin mo yung oras ng ibang tao. Okay? Para sa akin, isang tanong, isang sagot. Okay? Whatever is the question of the interviewer, answer. Answer with an example, if meron. Okay? But just make it like isang tanong, isang sagot. Okay? What else? What else do you guys want to know about the... Okay. Ito kung yung interviewer nyo is maayos na interviewer, they will either do a structured interview or an unstructured interview. Okay. Ano po ang structured interview? Well, it has a structure. Naturally. The interviewer will start with opening questions. And you've heard all these, like if you search on TikTok, you'll see the most common opening questions, like, tell me something about yourself. Yan. Very common. You know why interviewers ask that? Huh? They don't really want to know everything about you. Okay. For me, if I ask that question and you start to open your mouth and talk, doon ko na nakikita kung maayos ang communication skills mo or medyo tagilid or medyo tahimik ka, right? I'm already listening like to what you say and how you say it. Okay? So yun yung mga opening questions, mga starter questions. Tell me something about yourself. Tell me something about your experience. Why did you apply to pangalan ng kumpanya? Why did you apply to HM Corporation? Okay. Where did you hear about the job? Yan yung mga opening questions. Okay. Other common opening questions, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I'd like to ask, where do you see the trajectory of your career? Kasi karamihan ng in-interview ko is mga VA or yung mga gusto maging VA. So, para sa akin, gusto ko makita, may plano ka ba? May plano ka ba? O nag-a-apply ka lang? No. Sorry, I'm shooting my content for the rest of the week, so... Okay. Kasi tamad ako. And then I'll just edit it. Okay. I'll just take all my content from the live. Yan. So, opening questions. So there's a section of the interview that's opening questions. That's usually the first 5 to 10 minutes. And then after that is either yung skills-based or situational. Okay? For me, skills-based. Kasi I usually interview digital marketing VAs. So gusto ko malaman ano yung level of experience nila. For example, si Franz kanina, di ba, in-interview ko na. Franz, nag-ano ka na ba? Nag-DM ka na ba? So, let's say I'm interviewing a website developer like si Franz. So, sasabihin, I'll ask him, so you're an IT graduate? Yes. Okay. When did you graduate? Last year po. Okay. What is your specialty in IT? Kasi sa IT, ang daming fields eh. Yung mga network administration, walang silbi sa amin yan. Okay, sorry. Maybe you should apply for a bigger company. But like my client has a VA agency, so we need people who know how to build websites. Okay, so I'll ask, do you have experience with WordPress? Yes. Okay. Anong builders na gamit mo? So, palalim ng palalim ang skills-based question. Kaya mag-ingat kayo na kung marami kayong nilalagay na skills. Okay? Kung yung interviewer nyo is marunong mag-interview, yari kayo if you don't have the experience. And I've caught so many people lying on their resume. Like, they put so many skills kasi, for example, kumuha sila ng VA course na puro basics lang nilagay. Basics of WordPress, basics of SEO, lahat basics of SMM, mga ganun. Yun lang, basic ang alam nila. But, on the resume, nililista nila WordPress, SEO, mga ganyan. Like, mabibigat yung mga ganyan trabaho. And if marunong yung interviewer mag-interview, yari kayo. Okay, kasi palalim ng palalim yan eh. Like, if I see SEO on your resume, so I'll ask, oh, okay, great, you do SEO. Well, we have, we could definitely use somebody who knows SEO. What kind of SEO do you do? On-page, off-page, or technical? Oh, alam mo ba yan? Kung nag-basics of SEO ka lang, alam mo na ba yan? Okay. Pag sinabi mo, on-page lang, oh, okay, great. So, let's go on to on-page. Let's talk about some of the tools that you use. What do you use? Do you use SEMrush? Do you use, what have you used? So, palalim ng palalim. So, be very careful what you put on your resume. Kasi yung may section sa structured interview, skills-based ang questions. Palalim ng palalim yan. The next section of a structured interview is the situational question or the behavioral questions. Okay. Ito yung tinatawag ko na tustahan. Dito ka tutustahin sa interview. Okay. Be aware that an interviewer, okay, let's say, before you step into the interview, ihanda mo yung sarili mo. Okay? You are stepping into an interview. An interview is not an enjoyable thing. It's not. It's not a party. You never have a good time at an interview. Bakit? Pressure po siya. It's a pressure situation. It's a very short period of time, 30, 45 minutes, mga ganon, for you to impress your interviewer. So, stressful yun, diba? If you're trying to impress someone, you're trying to get a job, ihanda mo yung sarili mo na tutustahin ka. Okay? Maghanda ka dun. If you're preparing for an interview, do your research. Prepare yourself. Okay? Na huwag ka mapikon. Yung mga interviewer, magagaling yung mga yan. If marunong, lalo na yung mga BS Psychology, BS Behavioral Science, okay, mga ganyang interviewer, talagang marunong sila. Like, paiikot-ikutin ka, hanggang mabwisit ka. Alam mo yung mga ganon? They are doing that because they're trying to get a reaction. Okay? For me, as an interviewer, I'm interviewing potential VAs for my boss, for my company, for his company, for the company. Okay. So ang gusto ko malaman is pag nilagay kita sa pressure na situation, anong gagawin mo? Titiklop ka ba? Okay. Lumalaban ka ba? Or naninigas ka? Kasi yung tatlong reaction eh. Fight, laban. Flight, tiklop, or run away. Or freeze, meaning naninigas ka. Okay. What do I want to see? I want to see ang isang tao na lumalaban. Kahit wala kang experience. Okay, basta lumalaban ka. If I can see that, kahit itulak kita ng itulak sa questions, lumalaban ka pa rin, you will make a great VA. Kasi ang isang magaling na VA, dapat palaging lumalaban. Hindi kayo dapat tumitiklop sa client. Kung tumiklop kayo sa akin in 30 minutes, okay, what more ilagay kita with a client? That you will be working 8 hours a day with the client. What more? The clients are not kind. Okay? Sira ulo mga clients. Ihanda mo yung sarili mo dyan. Okay? The client can hire you this week, next week, they don't want to work with you. Ganun ka-unstable ang pagiging VA or freelancer. So, ihanda mo yung sarili mo. Ihanda mo yung puso mo. Ihanda mo yung utak mo. Ihanda mo yung sarili mo na tutustahin ka. At hindi ka mapipikon. Okay? I'll give you an example. 11 years po ako sa BPO. I so need this. I've been searching for clients over the past 6 months. Thanks for the motivation. Kaya mo yan, Ann. Ano bang mo? Ano bang background mo? BPO ka ba? So, I forgot where it was. Sorry. Ayan. So, let's go back to, I was gonna give you an example. So, 11 years, BPO. Okay, so 11 years po ako sa BPO industry. And before I worked from home. I've been working from home for 10 years. I've been interviewing VAs for 8 years. Believe me, I have seen it all. Yung mga applicant na nag-vape habang in-interview, nakapambahay, nakapusod, ganyan. I've seen it all, honestly. So, one of the call centers I was with before was Chase. Okay? Yung nag-interview sa akin si Chase, si Miss George. Hi, Miss George. I don't know where she is right now, but hey, Miss George. But, that was the hardest interview I've ever had in my life. Okay? Ang ginawa ni Miss George, so, nag-apply ako sa Chase. So, sa BPO, syempre, alam mo naman na one day, alam mo kung tanggap ka, hindi, right? So, I passed the first interview. Second interview was with Miss George. And then si Miss George, like, hindi niya ako matibag sa resume. Like, my resume was perfect. Yung huling call center ko, I was there for 4.5 years. Tinapos ko yung kontrata up until the last day. And then, for that 4 years, like 80% of the time, I was like number 1 or number 2. Na rank. Kasi may ranking yung mga agents dun eh. Siguro mga 120. So, I was usually ranked 2 or 1. So, hindi niya ako matibag sa trabaho. What she did, tinira niya ako sa personal. That's what she did. Yun yung technique niya. Galing niya nga. Magaling nga siya. So, what they did was they put me in a small room with Miss George. Tapos, yung kwarto na yun, sobrang lamig. It was so cold. Alright? And then, she started asking me, she was very friendly. So, dinaan niya sa kwento. Yung pinakwento niya ako, like, I noticed you have a daughter. How come you didn't have any more kids? Mga ganyan. So, kwento naman tungkol sa anak. Yeah, she's the most important part of my life. Mga ganyan. And nung time na yon, yung anak namin, she was like 7 or 8. And magulo yung buhay namin noon kasi nag-shooting siya. So, she was shooting for some TV show ng ABS-CBN at that time. So, yung buhay namin as in just like na-disrupt dahil sa mga shooting schedule. Pero yung palagi usually kasama ng anak ko is yung asawa ko. So, yun, kinuwento ko sa kanya because my daughter is blah blah, ganyan. Doon niya ako tinira. She was like, oh, well, if your daughter is shooting, then what happens kung biglang tinawag kayo? So, pwedeng mag-absent ka sa work, mga ganyan. So, pinaikot-ikot niya ako doon na parang Gusto niya idein na parang, you're not the right fit for Chase because, alam mo, busy yung personal life mo eh. Busy, may career yung anak mo eh. Hindi mo kakayanin dito eh. Parang ganun. Yung mga interviewer, they do that. It's not because they don't like you. It's because gusto nila makita kung paano ka mag-behave in a pressure situation. And do I do that in my interview? You bet I do. Yes, I do that. Kanina, kagabi, yan, may in-interview ako, 3 sila. Tapos yung isa talagang tinulak ng tinulak. Tumiklop. Okay, it's too bad. Right? So, keep that in mind. When you go to the interview, tutustahin kayo. Ihanda nyo yung sarili nyo dun. Does that help? Or does that not help? Alam niyo ba yon? Are you aware of that? Na may mga techniques yung mga interviewer na ganyan. Okay? Yung iba, may nag-react dati sa unang live ko. And she said, yung interviewer kasi hindi nagsasmile. Yeah, they're not gonna smile at you. First of all, they don't know you. Second, baka technique na naman yan. Kung customer service yung ina-applyan mo. Tapos yung interviewer she doesn't smile. She's like, gusto niya makita kung bagay ka sa customer service. Kung ngingiti ka ba? Because it's customer service, right? Whether bad trip yung customer or masaya or busy or whatever, you as customer service representative should always be smiling. It's a test. The interview is one big test. Sunod-sunod yan. Big help, and you're right. Kailangan talaga matigas ka na parang in-insist mo na kaya mo talaga. Same experience. Yeah. I'll tell you about this student. Bagong graduate, okay, that I interviewed siguro February. And I was very impressed. Well, I wasn't impressed first of all kasi nung in-interview ko siya, ang gulo ng background niya. Hindi siya nagligpit. So parang may bed, tapos may nakatambak na mga damit, mga ganon. Pero tahimik naman yung background, mga ganyan. And naka-t-shirt siya na maayos. So when I started talking to him, he was kind of shy. So, medyo mahiyain, bata pa. Like, I don't know how old he was. I'm guessing maybe around 22, mga ganyan, age. And bagong graduate. So, syempre, I was asking him, what skills do you have in digital marketing that would be useful for, my boss's company. Yung problema kasi sa kanya is, marami siyang ginagawa. Kasi artistic siya na tao. So, nagbabanda siya, nagdo-drawing, marunong mag-Canva, may konting graphic design, may konting video editing, may konting social media management, pero walang solid na skills. Like, wala siyang work experience kasi estudyante, kakagraduate. And so, I was pushing him. I was like, well, we really prefer people with experience. Like, anong silbi ng, like, how can you provide value to our client? Let's say, I have a client, ito yung listahan ng gusto niya. He wants somebody who can do graphic design. He wants somebody who can do video editing. He wants somebody who can do this. Right? So, yung estudyante, lalaki siya, hindi siya bumibigay. Hindi ko siya matibag. Palagi, laban siya. He was like, I'm sure I can do that. Tapos nagbibigay pa siya example. Yun lang example niya, puro sa school. Okay? I actually managed my org's Facebook page and Instagram page. Ganon, laban siya. Laban ng laban. Okay? That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. That's what I'm looking for. That's one of the things I'm looking for in an interview. Na lumalaban ka. Pero hindi ka nagiging aggressive, ah. parang hindi naman siya naging aggressive. Yung talagang nakikita ko na desidido siya that he wants to join the company. He wants to work for us as a digital marketing VA. Okay, I want to see your commitment. I want to see that, let me in. I want to join you. I'm medyo hindi pa solid yung skill sets ko, but, I'll work on it. I've been working on this and that for the last 12 months, mga ganyan. So, what happened to that VA? To that very young VA? Pinlace ko siya with a Canadian client. And the Canadian client is a jazz guitarist. Okay? He's French-Canadian. And he really needs a VA kasi yung school niya, so he teaches jazz guitar and he's also a professional musician. So, may mga recording siya, mga ganyan. So, dumadami yung estudyante niya, hindi na niya ma-manage. So, kailangan niya ng VA to help with the administrative side. Tapos, lumalaki yung YouTube channel niya. So, kailangan marunong mag-video editing, mga ganyan-ganyan. And when I thought about, si Jim, yung VA, I was like, that could be a really good match with the Canadian client. So, minatch ko nga sila. And he started working with a client, I think it was like end of March or April. Okay, hanggang ngayon, magkasama sila. Tuwang-tuwa si client dun kay VA. And they're kind of the same personality. Like, they're both artistic, diba? Medyo tahimik, mga gentle yung mga personality, mga ganyan. And he started off part-time with a client, but then pinromote siya to full-time ni client. So, that's what happens pag lumalaban ka. That's one of the things I look for. Okay? Do you freeze? Do you fight? Or do you fly? Yan ang gusto kong makita. Okay? So, yun yung situational or mga behavioral questions. Mahirap yung mga ganyan. And if magaling yung interviewer, they will give you a situation related to the job. Okay, so for example, kung nag-i-interview ako ng EA or executive assistant, okay, magbibigay ako ng sitwasyon to the applicant. So I'll say, okay, let's say you are working with a client as an EA. Then on Tuesday, paggising mo, you go to your client's email inbox. So, email management kasama yan sa ginagawa ng EA. Okay. You go to your client's email inbox, there are 2,000 emails. There are 2,000 emails. Okay. In 1 hour, your client has a meeting. Dapat nandun ka sa meeting para i-take yung minutes ng meeting. Okay? You have 1 hour to read all the 2,000 emails and answer the important ones and organize yung mga important. Let's say may 200 emails doon na importante. The rest is like garbage. Like mga marketing, mga sales na mga emails. Kailangan hiwalay mo kasi yun eh. So that's a situational question that I will ask of an EA, for example. So, anong sasagutin mo doon? 2,000 emails, 200 sasagutin mo in 1 hour para makasama mo yung client mo in the meeting. Yan ang gusto ko malaman. Like, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna do that? You tell me. That's a situation. Okay. Pag web developer, okay. Pag web developer, ito yung bibigay ko na sitwasyon. You're working with a client. Si client hindi developer. Okay? Ikaw mas marunong ka sa client. But, si client, gusto niya sa kanya manggagaling ang design ng website. So, si client hindi designer, hindi developer, pero gusto niya, siya magbibigay ng design ng website. Siya gagawa ng wireframe. Sabihin ko kay Dev, so you took a look at the wireframe and it's crap. Okay, like you cannot make that into a website. How are you gonna tell your client? The reason why I ask yung ganyang tanong sa star response, okay, magre-respond ka. Sige, type mo dyan. Basahin natin. So, the reason why I ask yung mga ganun tanong sa developer, ang weakness ng developers usually is communication. Okay, mga introvert, yung mga designer, mga developer, hindi yung mga social media management, yung mga creative, tsaka mga techie na mga VAs, mga tahimik usually yung mga yan, mga introvert kasi. So, the challenge question is always going to be communication. Like, how will you tell this client na hindi designer, hindi developer, na hindi mo pwede gamitin yung binigay niya sa'yo to make a website? How will you tell them? Yan, yun yung mga type na mga situational na question. Okay? How are you gonna answer a situational question? With, unang-una, plano. Okay? I-assemble mo yung ideas mo. Huwag ka mag-bullshit. Okay? Huwag ka mag-bullshit sa interviewer. If your interviewer is a good interviewer, they will call you out on your bullshit. So don't BS your interviewer. Okay? Mamaya natapat ka sa magaling. Okay? Usually in a situational question, gusto malaman ng interviewer kung gaano ka ka-organize. Marunong ka ba mag-organize ng trabaho mo? Okay? May action plan ka ba? Okay? Paano mo ipaplano yan? Anong gagawin mo in that situation? Okay? Tapos meron mga behavioral na mga questions. And these questions, I'm sure you've heard them all. They're based on conflict. They're based on communication. They're based on teamwork. So, like really common questions is like, give me an example in your previous work where you had a conflict with somebody. And what happened? Okay. Minsan, hindi ganun ang tanong ng interviewer eh. Yung interviewer magtatanong, ibe-base yung tanong dun sa resume mo. And I like to do that. So, if I'm gonna ask like a conflict question, I'm sorry about the noise. May nagdidrill dun sa bahay ni secretary. Sensya na. Nag-aano ata ng gate. Nagtatayo ng gate. Okay. So let's say, I'll say, so I see that on your resume, you were with Concentrics for 5 years and you were already a team leader, right? So how long were you a team leader? 3 years. Great, 3 years. Why did you leave? Like, what was wrong with, because you've already invested 5 years in the company, tapos umabot ka pa sa middle management. There's like what went wrong that made you leave the company? Ano yan? Conflict situation yan. Situational yan. Behavioral na yan. It's not just based on your resume. Hindi nare-realize ng karamihan ng mga applicants that. And you know what they do? They tell me the truth. Okay? They'll say, kasi yung OM namin. So, ayan, magkukwento na ng hindi maganda. Right? And you have to understand, if you're being asked about conflict, you have to answer in a way na positive. Okay? Magbigay ka ng example ng conflict, pero maganda yung ending. Huwag ka magbigay ng example na pangit yung ending. Okay? Like, for example, oh, I left the call center because they wouldn't promote me. Where's the happy ending? So what did you do? Umalis ka. So is that what yung utak ko yung iniisip ko, so if we hire you and then hindi ka ginawang project manager ng client mo, aalis ka na lang? Okay? I have to see you that the way a client will see you. I'm not your best friend. I'm the interviewer. Okay? I'm here to see, are you a fit for the company? Does that Does that make sense? Yung iba, sinasabi mga ganyan sagot nila. Umalis po ako kasi nag-away kami nung SME. Or nagkaroon po ng ganito, hindi fair yung ginawa sa akin. I mean, if you're looking for sympathy from me, you're not gonna get it. Like, I see you, like, we might see each other for 30 minutes and then hindi tayo mag-best friend. Ngayon tayo nag-uusap. Maybe we'll never talk again. So you cannot assume that I will give you sympathy. Naghahanap ka ng simpatya sa akin. You're not gonna get it. Okay? So pag nagbigay ng behavioral question, okay, be very, very careful. First of all, kailangan i-recognize mo na tinatanong is about behavior. Tsaka palaging tanong yan about pangit na behavior. Yan, conflict, inggit, hindi na promote, yung mga palaging mga ganyan tanong. Okay, yung mga hindi nagko-communicate yung client, hindi nagko-communicate yung boss palaging wala. I mean, I understand there are situations where you try to do everything and still nothing good happens. Okay? Like, yung in-interview ko kanina umaga, like, ang ganda ng storya niya, but it's not her fault. Okay? Sobrang inabuso siya ng client. But she tried everything that she could. Okay? Nag-work ng weekends. Working for $1 an hour. Guys, for 1.5 years. That's not even right anymore. Like, nagtiis talaga yung tao. Like, hindi maganda yung ending, pero yung everything, she tried everything. She tried to, manage yung ibang workmates niya kasi siya yung mas may experience. She tried to organize yung mga nila. Like, pag tinanong kayo ng conflict question, kailangan kayo ang bida. If that makes sense. Kailangan bida kayo. That is the hardest part of the interview. Yan yung tustahan talaga. Wait ah. Hindi, walang kumakatok. Sorry. May pupunta ng Shopee. So, does that kind of make sense? Like, do you have any questions about behavioral and situational? That is the most crucial part of your interview. Doon kayo pwede bumagsak. Let me know if you have questions, because we are going to talk about finisher questions, yung mga finishing, yung pampatapos ng interview, and trick questions. Alam niyo ba yon that there's like trick questions in an interview? So let me know if you have any questions first about, I'm just going to kind of pause for a little while. If you have questions about situational and behavioral questions in a structured interview. Hey, thank you guys. Thank you so much for joining. So, you want to ask your questions, just ask your questions. I'm shooting all my content from this live for next week. Kasi tamad ako. And then I'm just going to edit it. So hopefully there's a lot of content that comes from this live. And did that help you? Hopefully it helped you. So, ingat kayo Ingat kayo sa mga situational, behavioral. Tsaka huwag kayo mapipikon sa interview. Paano pag pagiging unfair yung reason kaya ka umalis sa previous employer? Should I think and lie? Don't lie. There 60% possibility you'll get caught. Okay? So, if unfair yung reason why umalis ka dun sa previous employer, like, tell the truth. But kung ikaw yung may kasalanan, wag mo na ikwento. Okay? If, like, ikaw yung gumawa ng kabalastugan, like, better yet, don't put it on your resume. Leave it off your resume. Para hindi ka na matanong. Why don't companies accept pregnant women? Isn't that against the law? No, it's not against the law. Okay? It's the preference of the company. Kasi isipin, especially for clients tsaka yung mga VAs ha, lalo na sa VA agency, isipin mo, if you apply and you're 6 months pregnant, in 3 more months, you'll be gone. Meaning, mag-ML ka. The clients are not that understanding. Okay? Yung mga clients, negosyante lahat yan. They're only thinking of their business. Okay? They might seem really nice. Like when they interview you, yung mga clients talagang, like, they're very charming. Bakit? Kasi nga, negosyante sila. They're sanay yan sa mga sales. Sanay yan sa sales. They can sell, like, the chair right out from under you. Okay? It's not illegal. Okay? But isipin mo rin yung sitwasyon ng client. If I hire you and you're pregnant, in 3 months you're gone, and you're gone for another 2 to 3 months. So paano yung negosyo nila? Huwag mo lang isipin sarili mo. Isipin mo rin yung ina-applyan mo. Is it fair to them na mawawala ka after a few months? And they invested training in you. They invested time in onboarding you. It's a two-way street. You have to consider not just yourself. You have to consider your client. I always get rejected after sending my CV from BPO ako and wala pang experience sa pagiging VA. Piliin mo kasi yung VA agency na ano bang ina-applyan mo. Okay? Tsaka, honestly guys, yung mga hopper, mga call center hopper, hindi ko tinatanggap. If I see on your resume na 3 months ka sa ganitong kumpanya, 6 months, 1 year, 3 months, 7 months, and you've been through like 5 call centers, why should we take you in? Ibig sabihin, ang loyalty mo is hanggang 1 year. That's it. And isipin mo the company, the clients, they invest in you. They invest money, they invest training, they invest time. And then you're only going to stay with them for 3 months, then you're going to move on. Like, where's the loyalty? Like, bakit? Like, I mean, do you really want me to ask you the question in the interview? How come you never stay with a company for more than a year? Do you really want to be asked that question? Mahirap po ba ang VA na job? Depende sa skill. Depende sa skill set. Okay, so, for example, me, I started off in real estate. So, ang unang trabaho ko was appointment setter. And that was 10 years ago. I've been a VA for 10 years. And I've been interviewing VAs for about 8 years. Nagsimula ako sa real estate, 5 years ako doon. Then lumipat po ako ng client, digital marketing naman ako ngayon. So, I spent like 5 years with my first client, with my first VA agency. And then 5 years na ako sa client na to. So, hindi ako papalit-palit ng client. Bakit hindi ako papalit-palit ng client? Wouldn't I get paid more somewhere else? And do people offer me? Yes. People are trying to pirate me all the time. Bakit? Because I have 10 years experience. How many VAs do you know have 10 solid years of experience? Home-based po ba ever since? Yes. 11 years po ako sa BPO, 10 years ako home-based after that. Hey, Miss Marvy, what's up, what's up? So yes, home-based. And just so you know, this is a home-based house. Okay. Yung asawa ko, freelancer/VA. Okay. Freelancer siya for 2 years. And then, Tapos yung clients niya puro mga project-based. Tagal niyo na pala sa freelancing industry. Not really freelancing. I've never been a freelancer. VA po talaga. Bakit hindi ako nag-freelancer? Kasi po, nung pumasok ako sa pagiging VA, hindi ko alam kung anong pinapasok ko. That's the truth. Like, I had no idea. Like, so nag-resign ako sa huling call center ako. Tapos, may savings ako. I was sitting around the house for about, couple of weeks. And then I saw something on Facebook na work from home, whatever, parang ganun. So, nag-apply ako. Then I got an interview. And I was surprised because I was like, okay. So, sa bahay, I have a desktop. Like, we have internet. Why not? Parang ganun. Pero wala talaga akong alam. And then, they trained me for real estate, ISA, appointment setter. And then, they asked me, anong gusto mo? Gusto mo maging GVA or ISA? I don't know. Ang tinanong ko sa kanila, which one pays more? And they said, ISA. Sabi ko, edi yun na lang gagawin ko. I think I started at like $3.75 an hour or something, $4, just under $4. What is ISA? Inside Sales Agent. O, alam nyo yan, real estate. Tsaka ito yung first client ko, okay, so my first client, as an IS, hey Ritzelts, hey Crushy, so, kahit maganda kayo mag-English, hindi garantiyan na magtatagal kayo as a VA. Why? Because English is my first language. Okay? Paano kayo tumatagal sa client? Naglalaslas madalas, joke. Yung unang trabaho ko as appointment setter, second week ko, gusto nila ako bitawan. Kasi wala akong appointments. Wala akong alam eh. Right? And English is my first language. I have an accent. Hello. I grew up abroad. I went to an international school. I took up my GCSEs. If you don't know what GCSE is, it's British Standard Education. So, but that didn't save me. Walang pakialam dun yung client. British Standard Education. Like, they don't give a shit. Right? They're thinking about their business. Wala kang appointments in your first week. Sorry, bibitawan ka namin on Tuesday pag wala ka pa rin appointments. Yun ang sinabi sa akin. And I'm thinking, what? Masakit, di ba? I was like, what? Sandali, 1 week pa lang ako. Right? That's what it's like as a VA. I've interviewed for commercial value position. Kinakabahan ako kasi I just handled residential. Yeah, iba yung commercial eh. Tapos, iba yung season nila, no? Yung mga commercial. And I learned that because hindi ako nagtawag for a commercial. Iba yung ginawa ko sa kanya, I forgot. Iba yung season nila eh. Tsaka iba yung nila, yung lead gen. Yung holiday season sa karamihan ng tao is their hot season, yung mga commercial. I'll give you an example. So, di ba pag spring break tsaka autumn break, di ba sa US, right? So, people are on vacation, like college kids are on vacation. Okay? But actually, yun yung season ng commercial. Kasi dun, sa break, naghahanap yung mga estudyante ng mga apartment, di ba? Yung mga university student, dun sila naglilipat ng mga apartments, mga bahay or mga condo, mga ganyan. Or even like, doon naglilipat yung mga offices pag patay, pag holiday. And it kind of makes sense, right? Of course, it's the discarte how to get leads. Yeah, exactly. Okay? Yung background nyo sa BPO will not help you as a VA. Will not. Like, sasabihin niya, kasi marunong ako mag-calls, marunong mag-ganyan. Marunong ka mag-inbound, okay? Marunong ka ba mag-outbound? Marunong ka ba mag-set ng appointments? Baka akala nyo, ang hirap-hirap sa real estate. like, makaka 800 to 1,000 calls a day ka. Tapos wala ka pang appointments. And sale to make you stay longer sa Riva. Yeah, I didn't go to Riva. I went to another one. Okay. I'll tell you this much, okay? Kung yung mga galing BPO, okay, bagay kay, with your skill set sa call center, naturally mapupunta kayo sa mga ganyan. Yung mga real estate, yung mga insurance, mga, basta yung mga nag-outbound calls. Just like me, because that was my only skill set. I didn't have any other skill set. Okay? And hindi ako nag-freelancer kasi I don't have time to build my reputation as a freelancer. Okay, I was a mom, I'm still a mom, but nung time na yon, high school yung anak ko. A freelancer has to build their reputation. Okay, they have to build their reputation. And I know that. Why? Kasi freelancer yung asawa ko /VA, yung anak ko, freelancer. I have a lot of friends who are freelancers. It takes time to become good. As, for example, yung friend ko, halimbawa, writer siya. It took him about 2 years para maging established na writer, para habul-habulin siya ng mga clients. I don't have 2 years to wait to become a good freelancer. Yung anak ko, pwede. Okay? Kasi nakatira siya sa taas. Okay? She gets her laundry done. We buy her groceries. She has all the time in the world, okay, to learn how to be a good writer. I didn't have that luxury. Kailangan kumita ako ngayon. Kung mag-VA ako, like next month, dapat sumusweldo ako. Kaya never ako naging freelancer. Hindi ako napunta sa ganong linya. Okay. Do you guys know what the difference between freelancer and VA? Pag freelancer kayo maghanap na sarili nyong clients. Yeah. Pag napunta kayo sa VA agency, yung VA agency magpe-place sa inyo with a client. That's the difference. Iba pa rin yung BPO tas naging VA. Yeah, ang layo. Honestly, nung galing ako sa BPO, yung pinaka nakatulong sa akin, yung sales training ng Amex. Kasi matindi yung sales training nila eh. You know why? Kasi ang laki ng dati ngayon parang hindi na eh. Nung nagkaroon sila ng sarili ng call center, tinanggal nila yung mga one to sawa incentive sa Amex. Yung Amex, when I was still there, mababa yung sweldo is like 25,000 basic. Pero, kasi surveys-based yun. So, every time you serve an American Express, like inbound, so toxic, diba? And lahat hinahandle mo, interest rates, billing, travel, like everything. Pag pumasok yung call sa'yo sa Amex, once the customer binagsak yung phone or they put down the phone, may lalabas na survey automatic sa email ni client, ni customer. And I think they have like 5 days to answer that survey. Thus, yung incentive mo is based on the surveys. And surveys are ranked from 1 to 10. So, if you get puro mga 9 tsaka mga 10, naku, ang laki ng incentive. Like maybe the biggest incentive I got from Amex was like 250,000 in a month. Tapos yung pinakamababa was like 75,000. Incentive lang yun Hindi mo napapansin yung basic mo na 25? Hindi mo papansin yun. Ganon kalaki yun doon. Yun yung nakatulong sa akin, yung sales training. Kasi tuturuan kanila ng matindi talaga. Doon ako natuto na, like for example, when a customer calls in, nilalambing ko talaga. Like, hey, Mr. Smith, awesome, yes, sure, I'll do that. Yeah, well, here's your billing. You made your last payment, blah, blah, blah. This is still the card that we have for you and file. Did you get your statement? I see that you're not signed up yet for paperless billing. Why don't we do that for you today? Tapos, are you going to be traveling, sir? Let me put a travel notification. Better yet, why don't I send you a catalog so you have reading material like on your flight? Is that something that might be helpful? Talagang lambingin mo. That's what saved me as a ISA. Okay? Kasi yung, di ba, kinwento ko yung first week ko in my first job, wala akong appointments. Wala. Kasi, nag-join ako sa team. So, 4 sila sa team. Ako yung pang-5, nag-aagawan kami sa leads. And in real estate, if you call, it's usually voicemail. Voicemail matatanggap mo. Okay? And then, yung mga tinatawagan mo is like, wait lang, switch out na ako sa earbuds. Kasi nalolobat. Lakas ng tugtog. Let's like turn it off for now. You guys can still hear me, right? Let me know if you can't hear me. Yes? No? Can you still hear me? No? Okay. Anyway, so kwento ko yung first client ko, di ba? I joined the team. Tapos magagaling na sila mag-calls. Marunong na sila mag-set ng appointments, ako hindi. So, my first week, 0 appointments. Trial call po this weekend sa cold calling. Puro VM po na encounter ko. Yeah. Yeah, ang dami. You know what I did? So, I'll tell you what I did. So, after my first week, my second Monday, the client told me, Jen, you didn't have any appointments last week. And if you don't get any appointments tomorrow, we're going to let you go. So, no job pag wala akong appointments. But on Tuesday, by end of shift, I had 8 appointments. So how did I do that? Did I make more calls than they did? No, I didn't make more calls than they did. Was I using a different script? Not really. Okay. So what did I do? And this is a clue on how you will survive as a VA. Okay? Maghanap po kayo ng need. Okay? Palaging may opportunity, palaging may butas in any situation. Palaging may butas, kaya kailangan i-analyze yun na maigi. So, what I did was I just kind of stepped back. Kasi ayoko na stressful na yung situation, tatanggalin ako kasi mawawalan ako ng trabaho kung wala akong appointments, diba? So what I did was I stepped back and I was thinking, what can I do that will make me stand out? Okay? And what I noticed is that yung voicemail message that there's 5 ISAs, okay? We're all leaving the same message, same voicemail. Ang ginawa ko, binago ko yung voicemail ko. So that's all I did. I just changed my voicemail because I wanted the customers, the home sellers, home buyers, I wanted them to call me back. And yung typical, yung script kasi for the voicemail was really dry, very business-like. Hi, this is Jen from ABC Realty, and we noticed that you visited our website. You were looking at this property on 123 Main Street. Now, if you're interested and we also want to know if you're a home seller, please call me back, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. So, yung typical na script. Okay. Ang ginawa ko, binago ko yan. So, I was like, hi, I'm Jen. I'm calling from ABC Realty. Now, I'm here to help you because I did notice you're looking at an awesome property. Are you also a home seller? Well, we want to know. We don't want to be too intrusive. But if you want help right away, I am just a phone call away. This is my number. Then I'll repeat my number twice. Okay? Which is hindi nila ginagawa. Palagi silang nagmamadali. So nilalambing ko talaga. Like the voicemail was very different. It was very warm. It was very accommodating. It was like your friend calling you. Parang kaibigan mo. Huy, kasal ako. Gagawin kitang maid of honor. Tawagan mo ako. Yung parang ganon. Right? That's all I did. So yung 8 appointments, those were the client's calling me back. It's not me calling out, right? That's how you will survive as a VA. Kung maghanap kayo ng opportunity and you take advantage of that opportunity. Yeah. Gumamit ka ng power words. Alam ba yun? May training ba kayo sa power words? Gamitin mo yun until it becomes natural to you. Yeah. It helps even sa mga Zoom call or your client meetings. Diba? If the client's like, how are you today? I'm okay. Ganyan usually sumagot yung mga Pinoy, diba? I'm okay. I'm good. But if the client's like, how are you? And I'm like, I'm great. It's different, right? There's a different impression. So always think about not just yourself. You have to think about the other person that you're talking to. Like, how are you making them feel? Are you treating them the way that you want to be treated? Kaya, inis na inis ako sa mga nagsisinungaling sa interview. Like, you think I won't know the difference? I know that you're lying. Like, may in-interview ako siguro last week, and she said to me, yes, of course. I've researched you guys. I've seen your website, and that's why I want to join you because I feel like, you're a company that's gonna come, up to my standards, blah blah blah. So, sabi ko, okay, great. I love that you researched us. So, what's our niche? Tapos nakikita ko, nag-google, mabilisan. So, if you lie to me in an interview, you are telling me how you want to be treated. Do you want people lying to you? Do you like it? If you don't want people lying to you, why do you do it to other people? Diba? I mean, ako as an interviewer, I'm very straightforward. Not just because lumaki ako sa ibang lugar, okay? I think that you deserve that. Doesn't matter who you are, kung sino ka man. Like, you deserve the truth. Like, if I tell the truth, then I'm showing you respect. If you lie to me, you're not showing me respect. Bakit ka magsisinungaling? Like, if you didn't research us before the interview, why didn't you tell me that you did research us? Tapos yung pala walang alam, pag tinesting ka, biglang nag-google. Well, I see that you help small businesses. I see that binasa mo na. Like, I'm not that, I mean, I only look stupid. Okay? I'm really not stupid. Okay? Kung gusto nyo mag-perform well in an interview, the first thing you have to do is prepare yourself. Not just what you're gonna wear, not just your makeup, not just your hair. Prepare nyo yung sarili nyo mentally. Okay? Prepare nyo yung sarili nyo physically. Get enough rest. Okay? Ihanda nyo yung sarili nyo na it's gonna be a hard interview. Prepare for it like it's gonna be the hardest interview you will ever get. That's the mistake that so many people make. Akala nila, so nag-interview na sila for halimbawa, isa pang VA agency na na-impress sa kanila kasi diretso siya mag-English. Okay? Tapos, natapat ka sa akin. You're not gonna razzle-dazzle me with your English. Okay? That's not what I'm impressed by. Okay? I'm impressed by your honesty, and I'm impressed by your preparedness. You're not going to razzle-dazzle me with your English. So why do you bother to lie? I can tell the truth. Okay, I worked in fraud for over 5 years. I had people lying to me every day. I think I know the difference. Or I find out the difference. Diba? So wag kayong magsinungaling. Like, tratuhin nyo yung interviewer like you want to be treated. If you don't like to be lied to, ayaw nyo yung binabastos kayo, huwag nyo bastusin yung interviewer. What will you do if bastos yung interviewer? Still, treat them like you want to be treated. Kung bastos sila sa'yo, hindi mo ibig sabihin, pwede kang maging bastos back. What if it's a technique? What if technique niya yan para makuha yung reaction sa'yo, na mapikon ka? Interviewers are smart and they're trained. They're trained for this situation. Kaya ihanda nyo yung sarili nyo. Heart-wise, mental, get enough rest before you go into the interview. And do your research. Do your research before the interview. Huwag kayo nag-google nasa gitna. Tapos may ibang nagsasalita na in-interview. Tapos kayo nag-google. You're not gonna get away with it. Okay, like, kung natapat kayo sa magaling talaga, okay, they'll be like, stop Googling. I know that you're Googling. Do you really want to get called out in an interview like that? It's not a good look. It's not. What you want to do is you want to stand out in an interview from the rest. Okay? You don't want to stand out in a bad way. Okay? Don't stand out in a bad way. Like yung asawa ko kasi nag-interview na rin yan ng VAs. May in-interview siya, nag-vape. I mean, yeah, you stand out. You stand out as a very bad example. You don't want to stand out that way. Okay? You want to stand out as a very good example. You want to impress the interviewer. How are you going to stand out? Palagi po panel interview. Hindi naman palagi. Hindi po. Depende. Okay? So, ganito yung sa akin. If I am hiring you for a specialized position, very specialized, like let's say, TikTok video editor. So, yan ah. So, kung may video editor dyan na specialized sa TikTok, yung boss ko is looking for at least 1 year experience, let's say. Kung may 9 months experience ka, baka pwede na rin. Okay? Kung very specialized yung position or for promotion, it could be just you and like yung CEO, mga ganyan. Alright? Pag yung mga normal na mga first interview, usually hindi siya panel. Depende. The second one could be a panel. If you're up for a second interview, that could be a panel. But usually the initial interview is just somebody who's in HR. Okay? Parang gatekeeper sila. Okay? Ano pa po? Are you up for interview, Pablo and Panda? Are you, Pablo? Nag-interview ka ba? Next week? This week? Oh, thank you. Thank you, Irem. Thank you so much. Okay, so tapos na tayo dun sa situational tsaka sa behavioral questions. Oy, thank you so much. Let's move on to finishing questions. Okay, so pag finishing, patapos na yon. Kung maayos yung interviewer mo, they'll actually tell you, right? They'll say, okay, we have just a few more questions left. Ibig sabihin, patapos na yung interview. Okay, or the interviewer says, okay, I have just maybe 1 or 2 more questions for you. Patapos na po siya. Pero wag kayo pakampante. Okay. So mga finisher questions. Things about schedule. Yan. When are you available? What's your availability? That's a finisher question. Are you available to start right away? Yan. And usually, if the interviewer has a lot of these finisher questions and they're parang nakafocus sa'yo, it's a good sign that siguro I would say like 50% at least, you're likely to get hired. Pag mga tanong na mga ganyan. Pag syempre may mga tanong na, do you accept payment through Payoneer? O yan, maganda talaga. Or they start negotiating yung pay right there, right? If they start negotiating yung magano ang kung yung bayaran, pera, okay, na bring up si interviewer na bring up ng pera, hindi ikaw, okay? Huwag ka mag-bring up ng pera. Si interviewer, Okay, pag nag-bring up siya ng pera, that's a very good sign. Excellent sign. Okay? But still be very humble. Okay? Be modest. Okay? Wag biglang naging entitled, di ba? Pag tinanong ng interviewer, well, we can start you off at $1,600 a month. Tapos ikaw naman, bigla kang, actually with my last client, I was getting, huwag naman ganyan. 'Di ba? Like, you can ask it in a nice way. You can say things like, 1,600 sounds great. Is there like a range that you're thinking of? Kasi I'll give you a secret. Yung mga position, yung mga clients may budget yan. And there's usually some sort of range. Okay? And kung yung client mo sinabi na, ay hindi, 1,500 a month lang kami, talagang kuripot yan. Okay? So, alam mo na kuripot. Okay? Ano po yung usually answers na tagilid na sa mga usual questions nyo? Yun, pag may nagsinungaling, yung mga ganun. Ay, ito yung, okay. One thing that I hear and I see all the time is canned responses. Di ba sa call center may mga canned response, di ba? And if they're annoying at a call center, they're annoying at an interview. Okay? They're annoying at an interview. Yung mga, I'm so sorry for the inconvenience. That's a canned response. There's no feeling behind it. There's no emotion. I like, if you give me a canned response, I will put you with everybody else. Okay? I'll give you an example of a canned response that dapat never, ever, 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 ever nyo na gamitin. If the interviewer asks you, why should we hire you? I'm hardworking. I'm very teachable. That's a canned response. You used it somewhere and you kept using it over and over. You've been using it since 2012. Because I'm hardworking and I'm very teachable, I'm very trainable. Stop using it. It's annoying. If I ask, why should we hire you? Ang hinahanap ko is something different. Like, hinahanap ko is somebody who can think out of the box. Yung pag sinabi mo, I'm hardworking, I'm trainable, hindi mo ginamit yung utak mo. Gusto ko makita na ginagamit mo yung utak mo. Na meron kang utak. Diba? Nobody has ever said to me, nobody, in 8 years of interviewing VAs and working as a VA in 10 years. If I ask, so why should we hire you? Why are you going to be a good fit for our company? Ang gusto kong marinig talaga that I've never heard is, well, maybe you shouldn't hire me. Maybe you shouldn't hire me. You might not be able to afford me. Diba? Nobody has ever said that to me. Ever. Or, wala pa sumasagot sa akin na, you should hire me because you would be lucky to have me. But syempre, si interviewer, magtatanong, why would we be lucky to have you? See? Now, pwede mo, well, first of all, I'm dedicated. I'm organized. I'm a single mom, but I've always organized my time. I organized my time today to be here. I have a 2-year-old daughter, but I really want this job. Diba? Gusto ko na rin talaga mag-start ng work from as VA. Kaso wala po idea how to start. Operation kasi work ko. No operation. Operations? So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you because honestly, there's so much information sa TikTok pa lang. Like, ang dami nag-aalok ng course, ang dami nag-hold ng mga live, yung mga experience na as VAs or freelancers. Like, there's no lack of information. My advice is, if you want to start as a VA, just start. Diba? Mag-start ka lang. Stop thinking about it. Stop thinking about, When should I start? How should I start? Is anyone gonna help me? If you want to work as a VA, go out and get it. Okay. You don't, do you need a course? No, you don't. I have never, ever paid for a course to become a VA. Never. One time, nag-try ako ng isang course kasi curious lang ako. But it was like really bad. It was not a great course. Okay? Tsaka maraming libre, so many, like so many free resources. Sa Google pa lang. Okay? Google Digital Garage. If you guys want to be in digital marketing, first of all, find out what is digital marketing. Unless talagang designer na kayo or developer na. Okay, you already have some sort of experience. Di alam nyo na kung ano digital marketing kasi yun na yung naging trabaho nyo. Halimbawa, graphic designer ka, nagde-design ka ng mga tarpaulin. Okay, wala kang experience as VA, pero sa labas, nagde-design ka ng tarpaulin, nagde-design ka ng mga design sa mga mga ganyan. Or video editor ka, wala kang experience as VA, pero nag-edit ka ng video sa mga weddings, edit ka ng video sa mga debut, we'll probably hire you. Kung marunong ka gumamit ng mga InDesign, Photoshop, Adobe Illustrator, After Effects, DaVinci Resolve, if you know how to use those tools, like, we might hire you. So, like, if you want to start as a VA, just start. Okay? If may skills ka, edi mag-start ka na talaga. What if, I don't care, okay? So, tulad sa VA agency ni boss, okay? Ang preference namin ang tao with skills and experience in digital marketing. Okay, in digital marketing, bakit? Kasi yun yung niche ni boss. Okay. Hindi kami nagte-train for digital marketing. We don't train you to be a graphic designer or website developer. Bakit? Kasi po, matagal ang training sa ganon. I cannot tell the client, well, kasi nag-aaral pa si Jay para maging designer. No. From what I've seen, it takes at least 2 years for you to be an okay designer. Okay, the best designers, they're usually like, they've been doing it for 5 years, 6 years. Yung head designer namin, siguro mga 7 or 8 years na siya designer. Tapos nananalo na siya ng mga competition for design way back 2012. That's what we hire. But then, kasi yun yung niche ng VA agency ni boss. Okay? Maraming VA agency, iba-iba yung niche. So, kung BPO ang mapupunta ka sa mga VA agency na real estate, yan, yung mga Riva, basta yung mga real estate na mga VA agency. Or, kung gusto magtrabaho as EA, executive assistant, yung Athena, yan, kung magaling ka magsalita, sanay ka sa calls, like, you can find your niche as an EA or in real estate na nagtatawag, like appointment setter. But, if you want to start, just start. Just do it. Okay? Stop waiting around. Stop thinking about it. Just do it. If you have time to wait, okay, nakatira ka sa bahay, bayad ang internet, you may want to consider being a freelancer. That's my advice. If you have time to wait, you might want to consider being a freelancer. What else? I-discuss ko pa yung trick questions. Pull up ko yung ano pa yung mga trick questions tinatanong ko. What else? Lunch na ba? Oh my God. 11 o'clock na. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for your questions. I really appreciate it. If you want more tips, then might want to follow me. I'm the VA interviewer. Um, yung naghahanap po kami ng video editor, TikTok only. TikTok experience. Okay? Yung boss ko naghahanap. Or if you know somebody who's has at least like, I would say, kahit 9 months, 10 months experience, like doing TikTok videos, and they're really good at it. Hindi yung sa phone app nag-edit sa sa mga talagang video editing software, then DM me. Follow me. I'll follow you back. Then you can DM me. Okay. Okay. So yung discuss natin, trick questions. Okay. Meron bang ganun sa interview? Meron. Pwede. Okay. Ingat kayo sa mga trick questions because an interviewer can certainly ask you. How do you know that it's a trick question? First of all, it's hard to answer. Like it's parang talagang mapapaisip ka. Okay? Wait lang. Wait lang, sagutin ko lang to. So it's a trick question if you're like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's the right answer because there is no right answer. It's a trick question. Okay. Do I ask trick questions? Yeah, not really. Because parang ano siya, parang pag pinahirapan mo na yung applicant, enough na yun. Like if you already got a reaction from the applicant, that's probably enough. Okay? Pero meron din mga interviewer na medyo sadista. Mga ganyan, di ba? So what is an example of a trick question? Okay. Describe your ideal work environment. For me, that's a trick question. Describe your ideal client. What is the type of client you want to work with? What's the perfect client look like for you? Those are two examples of trick questions. Bakit? Kasi pag sumagot ka, babalik ta rin ka agad. That's the purpose of the trick question. Now, okay, so let's say, sinagot mo, give me your idea of the perfect work environment. Well, I like to work in an environment where everyone gets along and it's a fun workplace. And I like to have Saturday weekends off. I'm still able to spend time with my family. So yan, sinagot mo. Babalik ta rin kanyan. Okay. Well, first of all, what if you don't get along with everyone that you work with? What if you don't get weekends off? What if sometimes you have to stay and miss time with your family? Babalik ta rin ka. Like, there is no perfect answer. Describe the perfect client. There is no perfect client. There's no perfect work environment unless negosyo mo yun. Kasi ikaw nag-hire, ikaw namimili ng tao na gusto mong katrabaho mo. Okay? Kung ikaw is VA or even a freelancer or ikaw parang namamasukan ka, okay? There is no such thing as a perfect work environment or a perfect boss or a perfect client because you cannot choose those things. You can only choose those things if you own the business. So what would be my answer to that? Describe your perfect work environment. I don't believe there really is one. And I've been in good work environments. I've been in bad work environments. Of course, I prefer a good work environment, but it's part of work. Work is not. It's not a pleasurable thing, right? There's ups, there's downs, there's joys, there's sadness. you have to take it all in stride. Okay, you have to find joy in the work that you do, not in the environment. That would be my answer. May tanong pa kayo about the trick question. Trick question, mag-ingat kayo sa mga ganun. Tsaka magpakatotoo kayo. You know what? It just takes one opportunity. Like, isang maliit na butas lang in that interview for you to connect with the interviewer. Once nag-connect ka sa interviewer mo, pasok ka niyan, alam mo yun. It's like being in a relationship. You know it in your heart if it's right. Kasi nag-connect kayo ng interviewer. I'll give you an example. May in-interview ko last year. Okay. Tiga Leyte. Tapos nag-a-apply as VA. But I think natapos siya engineer. Okay. Tapos, I think the situation was, nakatira siya sa bahay, parang ancestral house, pero wala pa siyang asawa. Yung nakatira dun sa bahay is his brother and their kids and his wife. So, sister-in-law niya. And then, sabi ko sa kanya, what makes you excited to get up and go to work? So, sabi niya, if I'm a VA, then I'm on night shift, right? Let's say, you woke up and, what makes you excited to get up and go to work? Alam mo yung sagot niya? Breakfast. And it was like there was 4 other people in the room. Lahat kami tumawa. Connect, si sir. I was like, nagpakatotoo siya, medyo mataba siya, so mahilig siya magluto. Right? Tapos in-explain pa niya, sabi niya, excited po ako sa breakfast. Kasi po, pag night shift ako, pag natapos yung shift ko, or patapos yung shift ko, nandun ako para magluto for my nieces and my nephews, as we can have breakfast together. That's his answer. That's how you impress an interviewer. You are yourself, nagpakatotoo ka, hindi ka nagsinungaling, okay? And the answer is very simple. That's it. And you made that connection. He made that connection with 5 people in Zoom, like everybody, just with one word. What makes you excited to get up and go to work? Breakfast. Diba? What else? Do you have any other questions? I kind of need to. Ayan, magluluto na ako ng lunch. Guys, follow me if you want more tips. There's a lot of tips on my profile. I did a series on the top 10 borderline illegal interview questions. If you are interviewing, dapat panoorin nyo yung top 10. Kasi yung mga interviewer, may ethics yan eh. So, may mga hindi sila dapat tinatanong sa inyo. You should be aware yung mga dapat tinatanong nila, yung mga hindi dapat. Like for example, hindi pwede tanungin ang isang interviewer, halimbawa, so nakita niya, nag-aral ka sa UP, for example. So, tinanong na interview, you went to UP, you're a graduate of UP? Okay, great. Nag-join ka ba ng organization sa UP like LFS, like League of Filipino Students or Communist, whatever? Hindi nila pwedeng tanongin yun. They're not allowed. So, dun sa series na top 10 borderline illegal interview questions, you should watch all of them to know your rights. May rights din po kayo as applicant. Hindi porket yung yes, it's true. Okay, so medyo mataas yung interviewer, nagtatrabaho na siya sa company. Okay, so minsan may title pa yan like HR manager, mga ganyan. But there are certain things they cannot ask you about. There are certain things na may mali na ang way ng pagtanong, may tama na way na pagtanong. Like for example, hindi nila dapat tinatanong, how much are you getting at your current job? Or what was your pay at your last job? Or magkano yung binibigay sa'yo na like performance bonus sa huling job mo? They cannot ask you that. That's why I don't ask that. Okay? How do I ask that? Kung gusto malaman, Yes. So how do I ask that sa applicants? I said to the applicants, okay, so let's say we said you are the right fit for, for this job. In your first 3 months with the company, how much are you expecting to make? Diba? I'm not asking about their background. I'm asking, magkano expectation mo? It's something in the past. Okay? Pag nagbigay siya sa akin ng figure, at least 30,000 a month. Okay? I know that yung binigay niya na figure, either yun yung tinatanggap niya ngayon or tumatanggap siya ng, let's say, 26,000, dinagdagan niya ng konti. I know that. Ganun ako nagtatanong. Hindi ako nagtatanong na, oh my God, no. I was initially interviewed by a company and the interviewer was telling me that I need to give them, no. That bawal po. Bawal po. Tsaka yung hinihingan kayo ng ID, it depends kasi. If they're asking for your ID to prove your age, mali yun. Mali po yun. If, let's say, 21 years old, nagdududa si client or si interviewer, and they're like, could you give me like a copy of your ID? Because we just need to verify that you're really 21. Okay? If you're applying as a VA, bawal po yun. Bawal. However, if you're applying as a bartender, okay, kasi you're gonna be serving out, like you're gonna be working in a place that serves alcohol. Dapat talaga over legal age ka. Diba? They need, like, that's probably valid. Diba? Or, halimbawa, you're working in, I don't know, what do you call that? Yung mga Pegasus, mga ganon. Right? They shouldn't be hiring like underage girls. So if they ask you for a copy of your ID, like that's probably valid. Like if ina-applyan mo is like Pegasus. Or halimbawa, nag-a-apply ka as bikini model or underwear model. If you're 15, you probably shouldn't be doing that. And if they ask for a copy of your ID to prove that, you're not, murang edad, that's probably valid. But for the purposes of working from home, I don't know that it's ever appropriate that they ask you for your ID to prove your age. Okay, yan, recent payslip mo. Humingi na ako ng copy of resignation letter just to be sure na resign talaga si VA. And if medyo duda ako na parang that they're lying to me about their status, that it's not right, diba? Pero hindi humingi ng ID. I don't ask for ID. So know your rights as well, guys. Hindi nyo lang kailangan maging bastos, but if you know your rights, you can actually tell the interviewer in a way na, I'm not really comfortable answering that question. I'm not really comfortable providing you with my ID. Is there something else that I can provide you? Can you call my last employer? Yeah. Can you call the dean of my school? Okay, can I give you the number of my mom or my sister or the Facebook page of my mom? Mga ganyan. Pero yung kung hindi kayo komportable, kung parang nakakatiktik kayo na parang masyadong intrusive, like it's nag-i-intrude na sa privacy niyo. Okay, yung mga nagtatanong about your financial information. May kotse ka ba? Bawal. They can't ask you that. Yung kotse mo, is that binili nyo na cash or utang? Why would you ask that? May interviews pala, ma'am, na parang panel, maraming nag-interview at the same time for VA. Yeah, they can do that. That's up to them. Like, that's their policy. But honestly, for me, yung panel interview, it's more to intimidate you. So again, it's another technique. Diba? Kaya marami sila, kung firing squad, alam niyo yung firing squad, yung sunod-sunod yung question. Yung maraming questions, sunod-sunod yung question. Technique ulit yan. Remember, these people are trained. Okay? Marami silang techniques. Those techniques are designed to get a reaction from you. So, kailangan talagang, just be yourself. Just stay friendly, but stay very professional. That's it. And kung ako, pinapandel interview ako, tapos sunod-sunod, control the situation. Huwag ka sumunod sa kanila. Sundin mo yung sarili mong pacing. I'm sorry, I really want to answer all your questions, but I can't hear you. I can't hear everything. So is it okay if we start with you and then you and then you? That's what I would do. I'm not being bossy, I'm being polite, but at the same time, nagiging assertive ako. Diba? Okay, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. So a lot of this is just going to be repurposed as content for my TikTok profile. If you want to follow me, you want to send me a DM. Yung mga may kakilala ng video editor, TikTok video editor, specifically for TikTok. Okay, please follow me. Please DM me. If may kakilala kayo, you want to refer them. Okay, you want to refer them to me. Please refer them to me. Okay, naghahanap si boss ng TikTok video editor. Alright, thank you so much, guys. Follow me, the VA interviewer, and hindi ako sumisingil sa advice ko. Like, it's all free, okay? And hopefully it helps you guys for your future interviews, and I wish you all the best in your VA journey. I wish you more success than I will ever have.